It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Weebeam TV.
Guess who's back?
Unfortunately.
Dylan, we did a last minute thing for Dylan, so Dylan can't talk right now. So make fun of me.
Oh, good.
No,
make fun of you. Make fun of Dylan.
Make fun of. Oh,
Dylan's still. Oh,
Peanut Gallery. So I have to say thank you.
You are so not invited to the house anymore.
So I have to thank Palm Harbor, Chick-fil-A for this awesome food tonight because I didn't get to eat last week, and I'll tell you what, man. I missed it. It is good stuff. I've got chicken. I got a chicken sandwich, and I got mac and cheese, and I got waffle fries. You eat and can't talk?
Yeah, I was chewing a waffle fry.
Waffle
fry.
They're not awful.
They're not awful.
They're awesome.
Good. God's chicken.
I want to thank Kelly Snow for setting this all up for us.
Thank you, Kelly.
Because we love Palm Harbor Chick-fil-A anyway because they're phenomenal. I actually know the owners and I know Kelly, so good people. Hey, are you up and running now?
I've already started talking.
Oh, you already start talking? Okay.
Yes.
That's why everybody ran away.
Wow, the love you two have for each other is
Smile
amazing.
for me so we have something to
Oh, let's not do that. Let's not go there. So, hey, welcome to Nerd Talk.
What do you mean welcome? I was here last week and you weren't here.
I know.
We've been here how many weeks without you?
And the
Where have you
shows
been?
had just gone downhill from there.
What are you talking about? I was on a couple of them, and I know those ones are fantastic.
They were fantastic. So, everybody eating? Everybody good?
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to.
Yeah. So we have to give away some. We have to give away some cows. Did we give away cows last week?
No.
No.
So
we tried.
I think Bruce. Bruce and let's see who else was in here. I think it was Bruce and Eric.
Hey, if it's an offline chat, it don't count. It's got to be during the show, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's Eric and Bruce. Eric, but here's the thing, you got to come to the studio to pick it up. Unless you're completely out of state, and then we'll find some way somehow to get it to you.
I'll throw it to you. I'll tie it to a balloon for you.
But here's what I really want everybody to do.
Balloon.
I want
Eat more
everybody to eat more chicken. I want everybody to go to the Palm Harbor Chick-fil-A and say, we watched you guys on Nerd Talk, or watch the guys on Nerd Talk, eat your food, and we want some too. Yep.
Thank you.
I love it. I love Chick-fil-A.
I had no clue they
Jesus
had
chicken.
sweet, spicy sriracha sauce.
The only
really
thing
good.
I wish they would bring the slaw back. Their slaw was outstanding, but
You can leave it gone.
I get why. I get why
the
it's
gross
not
ass
back.
mayonnaise lettuce
So I'm
out
gonna
here.
try the mac and cheese. I mean, I've had the mac and cheese.
Their
before.
mac and cheese is great.
Oh my God, that's so good.
So how's everyone's week been going?
It's only Tuesday, Mike.
It's only
Well,
Tuesday.
since
Mike.
last week. Let's rephrase it. How's your week been since last week's show?
The Nerdosphere is coming
It's not
along.
a week, it's a weekend. I moved into my house. It was good.
It's quiet now in the other house.
I know.
Cat misses him.
It's quite quiet in my house, too.
The cat's like meow 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 meow.
You can actually use the bathroom now in the morning when you wake up.
Dude, you guys don't understand how nice it is to be able to brush my teeth before I go to work instead of doing it in the bathroom at work.
Thanks, Chuck. It's good to be back, buddy. Unfortunately,
Chuck wants a cow. He needs a cow.
Chuck needs a cow. He's coming to get a cow.
I'll bring the cow to Chuck because I drive by
I've
where he
never met
lives
Chuck.
every week.
I would love to see him come in, if you can.
I think we can arrange
Sounds
that.
like Chuck's coming
Chuck,
in then.
question. Are you going to be at Ren Fair this Saturday by any chance?
Are we going this Saturday? Not this Saturday, right?
Not
I don't
this
know.
Saturday. We're going next Saturday.
When are you going to Ren Fair? Let's rephrase that.
Why am I trying to figure this out while on Nerd Talk? I have...
Yeah.
Can we wait for a paycheck, please? Thank you.
Yep. So, yeah, it's been, we're working on Nerdosphere. I'm trying to sell all that kind of fun stuff, right? Doing a lot of shows now, so unfortunately my Tuesdays are crazy busy. Yeah. I went to the fair this weekend. You went to the fair this weekend,
I went to
right?
there for Sunday.
We went Saturday when it was sunny outside and not cool. I loved
Which
it.
cool was good. It was so empty. There was still people there, but it wasn't packed
Right.
Sunday.
So we got there, me and Mama Tech got there early on Saturday. And ready for my breakfast? This was my breakfast. I had a bison burger with French fries and one of those big donuts. Oh my God.
From the donut company that took over the Amish donuts.
Yeah. Well, those are still made in the Amish way. It's
Yeah.
just a different. They don't.
Yeah.
They're just not putting Amish up there because they
We
were right
had-
next to each other.
What did we have?
I don't know. What did you have, Mike?
a caramel, apple, cinnamon roll.
I saw that.
That thing was so freaking. It was like that big. $9. It was huge, but it was so worth it.
I wanted
The three of us split
I
that.
couldn't find the hot dog on
So
donuts.
there's the thing, because I couldn't find where they were. I went back to the information booth. They actually have a separate map that tells you where all the specialty food is.
I should have got that.
I have it in my car, so I'll give
Chuck
it to you
said it
later.
might be this weekend.
So yeah, that's how I found where the vendors were because of that map.
It's a nice map. It's a useful map.
Yes, especially
the
some
best map
of
of
the
the year.
food they had there. Oh,
So I went into the expo hall.
so did I.
I love the expo hall.
That's my favorite thing now: food in the expo hall.
So we went in there, and me and Dylan are gonna go back Thursday morning and do interviews with the several of the vendors that are in there because they were very, very niche, very, very niche.
So the arts and craft vendor hall. There's a guy I would love for y'all to go interview. He makes bracelets out of guitar strings and bass strings. He is awesome.
Wow.
No, it's pretty cool. Take a guitar string and make a bracelet out of it. He does necklaces.
Yeah. All right.
This is why we
I'm
miss
trying
him.
to listen, Mike. That sounds like a neat idea.
Are we trying to have friendship? Yeah, see, so Rob in the back.
Actually,
said-
I've worn mine multiple times because I met him at Strawberry Festival a year ago, and it doesn't get caught on anything.
I like the guy that makes clocks and stuff out of
The
records.
He's in the same booth. That's one of the aisles next to him.
Okay. Now, we are going to go in there and interview this one guy who's make out of pallet wood. He makes flags and all this kind of stuff. He
With the
also makes
pictures
a
on it?
gun safe where it sits on the wall and it's a flag and it's made out of wood. And you go inside and it sits inside. Heck yeah, man.
That's
So-
Nito Burrito. Oh, I can talk about
So
something.
Bruce
You guys
says,
got me at the fair.
"Good evening, you sexy bitches." I can say it.
Excuse
I'm not
me,
sexy.
Bruce. This is a family-friendly show. After all, we are sponsored here by.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, Palm Harbor.
Chick-fil-A. Oh my God, so
I
good.
just winked with
I
both
don't
eyes.
even want to talk. I just want to eat. This
It's going
may
to
be a
become
bad
Nerd Talk,
idea.
the eating
That's
show.
This is
the
where the
downside.
worst, best ideas ever. Right?
Can't stop.
I can talk about something you guys got me. Got
A
at,
little closer to your mic there, bud.
no.
Go ahead, talk.
I mean, I project my voice pretty loudly. You guys got me these little marshmallow roasters for inside my house.
That's where I'm
Sitting in my
looking
living room.
Yep.
Or they're sitting in my living room. They're real neat. They're like yay big. Probably about the same like width as that. All the way around. And it's got like a little smokeless. What do you like? It's like a sterno, but it's not exactly a sterno. So it doesn't taste like sterno. But it's super neat. It's for roasting marshmallows in your house. I have them in my living room right now because they're really cool to look at. Because one's space themed and one's
Did you fire it up last night?
no.
Okay. No, wait,
That's all he's able to cook.
No, I was cabling all last
Do you have
night.
pots and pans yet to cook?
He does
Oh,
have
okay.
pots and pans. Thank you very much.
I've got essentially.
Mom and Dad made sure of that.
I have essentially everything I need to function.
There was
I've
something
got
else you bought at fair.
Plenty of peanut butter and jelly, and
Me?
I have
Yeah.
hot pockets.
I think y'all bought at fair the things like some kind of bed things you lay on. They're in,
Oh, yeah.
the big
so
air hammocks.
yeah.
They're air hammocks. And we got there, and I'm like, well, what really caught my eye is this guy had these nerded out Nintendos, the little old Nintendo, little mini Nintendos. He has like hundreds of games on it. And then I looked over, And I looked at these air mat things where I thought it was, I'm like, well, is it just a blow up? You know, does it have an air pump? And the guy goes, no, you unfold the end of it, you let all the air out. And then if you're outside and have a wind and do it one time, it'll just open right up, and then you just roll it up, and it'll hold up to 500 pounds. Which I don't see that. But
We need to test it.
right.
Who's the heaviest person we know to test it on?
I don't know.
Cage, you're still here?
Oh, funny.
I think Cage
So
left.
That's where I was going with that.
Love you,
I
buddy.
don't- I know we have the notes and stuff right there, but you know, because it's been a while since I've been here, I'm probably going to bunny trail. Did anybody watch the Super Bowl? Me neither.
Yes.
You know why? Because AMC had their early release of The Walking Dead final season.
Cash Cow's final season.
Nope, they still have Fear of the
No,
Dead
that's-
and
that's
World-
even, the thing is, like, that's not even a cash cow at this point. This is a whole ass milk factory.
well,
The thing is,
It is what it is.
now the cows have had offsprings, and we have Fear the Walking Dead and other shit that we didn't have the comics for before. So they're like, ah ha ha. They're like, look how much I can make off of this other cow. And now it's children.
it's a great thing.
It's more like
It was an
the
awesome show.
Oh, an infestation. That's what I was.
So we know Rick and Carol won't get killed because they get their spin-off show.
And I'm
Kill
sure,
Rick.
Maybe.
Not Rick.
No,
What's his name?
Daryl.
Daryl and Carol.
And there might be another Rick. Here's
Rick's
the problem.
supposed to be coming back.
Some of this is such rumor mill that you really don't know.
They've already announced the Carol and Daryl show.
No, they have not.
they also officially announced Rick's movie when they left. Or
Yeah,
when he
but
left.
that
but
was supposed to have
it was
already
it was
happened.
supposed to have come out like 2 years ago and never did. So there's a lot that they have that that they've already promised to do and not doing.
Right.
So you kind of got to take everything with a grain of salt and see where they're going to take their next steps.
So
Good silence. So we're just going to roll into the
did
first
you-
topic.
Hold on. Did you notice that on Facebook we have the community standards on there, and
Do we?
I'm gonna see if I got if it'll post.
If we're getting hit already?
No, not yet.
Not
but
yet.
we've been getting hit.
We
all
will
week.
after the first trailer.
All right.
That's
So
when
who
we'll
put
get
this
hit.
in?
Yes, Futurama is coming back. After, let's see, so it's been on, got canceled, came back on, got canceled, came back for a movie that ended up being a whole season, got canceled, came back again, got canceled, now it's coming back again.
What,
Yeah.
is Facebook
Future-
watching it?
No, Futurama essentially understands how IT guys function or how IT guys get treated. And the second there's any kind of budget cuts, Futurama's the first to go. Mm-hmm. So they keep getting like, they're like, all right. They're like, well, low-hanging fruit. And it's just like, why? Stop, please. And,
Well,
yeah.
the first cut, they were on Fox, and Fox is like, oh, we don't want them no more, cut it. Then Comedy Central picked them up. And it's Comedy Central's cut, bring it back, cut, bring it back. Now Hulu's bringing it back. So
You need to make
the-
your mind up.
The only issue we have now is a certain voice actor is not returning at this time.
Vendors.
And he's,
Yeah.
Bender.
He wants
the
more
most
money.
important.
He wants more money.
Of course. Should he get it?
He's the funniest thing on there.
Yeah. Between him and Katie Seagal's character.
Nah, but the thing is, though, is there are like 45-minute, almost hour-long compilations of Bender stuff
jokes.
on YouTube. There is there's
Yeah.
not enough of the other characters to justify. He is 100% a fan favorite. He's not the one we relate to, but he's a 150% the fan favorite.
Right.
Your dad would relate to Bender.
So
I
I
love
know
Bender.
he's not the main
He's about as
character.
wrong as it gets.
He may not be the main character, but kind of has that spot now.
So it's interesting. We'll see what happens if they end up recasting him.
Yeah, it'll be a matter of just kind of waiting and watching, and obviously they're not going to, say just recast him without any form of argument. They're going to try and get him back.
Well, I think they'll get him back. You can't have Bender or someone else do that voice.
It'd be very, very.
After so long of him doing
I would say
Bender,
it'd be very difficult to try and recast him.
be like Broly being recasted.
And the thing is, it would feel awkward if you recast him.
Well, it would be awkward, but there's somebody out there that has that same voice.
Still wouldn't be the same.
But if you know what? But if they didn't tell you, and left his name in the credit, you'd never know.
I don't
Then
know.
the new person wouldn't get credit,
Yeah.
and that's shitty.
He's getting paid. That's all he cares about.
But
Look, 10 to 1 now that nowadays you can go back there with deep fake and shit like that and just put in the verbiage in there and make it sound just like him. That is a thing.
Yeah. I don't think they'll do it.
Nah.
They don't
I'll
want to
try and
spend
get
money
back.
to do that.
So anyway, okay, so this next one I'm intrigued, right?
Number 2? Mm-hmm. So they released this Super Bowl. This was one of the...
Why would they do that?
I wonder why. Best time to get your new show viewed.
Up against the Super Bowl? I mean,
No, they released a trailer for it during the Super
during
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
I thought they released
No.
it. I'm like, why would you do that?
No,
Well,
they released a trailer, which everybody's been excited to see, and
Also,
it looks good.
the irony of 40 men competing for a ring about a show based around
The One Ring.
let's say the Rings of Power. So no rings.
Rings of Power.
Rings. So it's plural.
Yeah.
So do we have a video on this?
We should have a trailer, yes.
All right.
It looks amazing.
Ooh, it's Prime Video too.
What
Nice.
else is out there?
So that means we're no.
Anthony won't watch it.
There's wonders in this world.
Yeah. Isn't he a Lord of Rings guy?
Yep.
This may make him go to the dark side.
I doubt it. But it looks amazing.
Ooh.
Some new.
Oh, it's computer generated?
No, it's live action.
It's live action. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's live action.
Before the ring.
I just. Rings of Power.
The Rings of Power. So this is going to talk about when everybody was given a ring, or there was a whole bunch of rings, and then
What was
it all got
7
melted
to the
down.
humans, 8 to the elves,
Before it was
3
One
to the
Ring. Yeah.
dwarves, and 1 ring to control them all, or to rule them all.
So I'm interested.
My numbers might be off on that one. I'm not 100%
So
sure.
when's it going to be released?
That I don't have the release date.
They didn't have a date.
They have a date?
I don't
Not in the
think
trailer,
they
no.
put an official
Well,
date yet.
why would you show something you don't have a date on?
To generate hype. Well, you keep in mind, they had the Spider-Man, that last Spider movie, hyped up for like what 2.5 years before
They
we got
did.
anything about it. And how
Yeah.
well did it do in the box office?
Right. True.
But they've been talking about this for the past couple years.
But okay, let's take that. Well, let's talk about that. So the
Sure.
Spider-Man thing, we were coming off of a high anyway. So it was already November 2nd. Hold on one second.
September 2nd.
So
September.
we were already coming off a whole bunch of Marvel and everything else, and so that Spider-Man already had clout, right? It already had the hype going to it. We didn't need a lot of hype. It's been a long time since Lord of the Rings.
It's been a
Well,
long
it's
time.
Lord of the
since
Rings,
last
though.
Spider-Man
20
movies.
years?
Hasn't been 20 years since the last movie.
The last Lord of the Rings has not been 20 years.
Actually.
So are we counting The Hobbit?
Do we count The Hobbit?
It's Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit
Okay, guess so.
release date.
Hobbit was less than 10 years ago. Reason I know that is I
You're
went to the
so
movie.
close.
It's less, should have been Decimation of Smog.
That's right, 'cause they broke it up. The Desolation of Smog came out in 2013, 9 years
13,
ago.
9 years ago. Still less than 10 years ago. It's close.
Very, very close. Fellowship of the Ring came out in 2001. Return of the
20.
King came out in 2003. So, as far as the original Lord of the Rings series, the last one came out 19 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years. Right.
That's a long time. But the thing is you have to keep in mind, the new Spider-Man movie got all of its hype, and I mean a lot of its hype, from the fact that we already knew that Tobey and Andrew Garfield were going to be in it, and we didn't know yet. Obviously,
We didn't have
confirmation, but it was the bickering back and forth just kept on generating it up.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying to play off of the nostalgia factor. Nostalgia is really, really powerful, but the problem is nostalgia can screw you too. Video games handle, they understand that market a lot. When the new Fallout was announced, everyone was super excited for it. Fallout 4 was going to be the greatest thing. It came out and it flopped. And it's not because it was a bad game necessarily. Sure, it had some unreleased issues, but every game does. It had that problem of it couldn't ever possibly live up to the ceiling it was presented. Like, the fans expected the world from this game, and it gave them Fallout. So fans, of course, were disappointed. 76 came out. That one had a lot harder of a hit. A lot harder of a time.
That one was...
It took so long to get off the ground.
And if you install the demo, you couldn't get rid of
Uninstall
your...
it?
You couldn't uninstall it.
Uninstall it without buying the full version.
Yeah,
Oh,
they screwed you
The
hard,
uninstaller was in the full games folder.
and not the demo.
So people were like, how do I uninstall this shit then? And they're like, you don't. You just got to buy it.
And it's sitting on your computer.
So yeah, so a lot of people had to do a bunch of workarounds. Fallout 76 ended up going through a hellhole of refunds, people buying the game, then instantly refunding it just so they can uninstall it.
Uninstall it.
Now, the thing is that caused a lot of problems on certain platforms such as Steam. Steam is a DRM which allows you to play PC games without a disc or anything like that. It's an online digital marketplace.
Right.
The problem is the refund server got so flooded, and I mean massive. They brought the store down to the point where they had to stop a lot of the refunds
They
coming in.
crashed the server?
Well, Steam has a policy that if you wait too long to refund a game, it will be marked as non-refundable. It counts.
So you got to immediately go in
So
there.
people were trying to beat that deadline because it's 2 hours of gameplay or 2 weeks. That's your time. Whichever one of those hits first, it means the game will be marked unrefundable unless you have like a legitimate reason. Like the game is broken.
Like
something
Cyberpunk.
happened. Yeah. Something. I was like, yeah, the Cyberpunk. And the thing is, a lot of those has to be approved by the game developer themselves. So Cyberpunk, yeah, they agreed to it. They're like, anyone who's had the game, who's tried to put more than 2 hours in the game, just let them refund it. Because it train wrecked. Same thing happened for Fallout New Vegas. No, I'm sorry, not New Vegas. New Vegas is the best one. Fallout 4 and 76. 76 specifically was the worst one. Fallout 4 just kind of was like, it's okay. The engine's cool. The story's a little boring.
I thought everybody loved 76.
No,
No,
76 is
no.
hot garbage. It took 2 years to get somewhat playable, and then they announced, private servers for your friends, only $99 a month.
Yeah.
A month?
A month. And we're like, what? What? And they're like, oh, no. They're like, you guys just don't understand. I'm like, how much do you think we get in our paychecks? It's not that. Like
You need
like
a whole
little-
bunch.
Yeah.
You need 99 friends, make it $1 each per
Because
person.
essentially
at
that
point.
was their idea. Was like, if a bunch of your friends help you chip in, it's not that much.
Oh, I get
I understand that, but the thing is the average player is playing with groups of 2 and 3.
Because most games are for groups
Function
are that.
based around 2 and 3. The groups of 4 and 5 are kind of getting ruled out nowadays.
Really?
It's still possible. There's still a lot of games, but a lot of games function better in duos and trios modes. As we've seen, battle royales have taken advantage of this. Most ranked, any like competitive style mode in a lot of games are limited to 2 and 3. So that's kind of where, so the average player has definitely been cut back a great deal, unless you're playing like a party game, which the average is 4 then. So that, it just caused a whole lot of problems. I feel like this is going to sit in the exact same thing. It has the ability to overhype itself way too much and then end up accomplishing nothing because the ceiling's way too high. They can't possibly get there.
Okay, so we're talking about that. What about Jurassic World Dominion?
Dominion?
Dominion. I can't
Say
talk.
that. Say it again.
So the new
Say that in
Jurassic World.
crayon. Same time.
One more time for me.
Let's just go with the new Jurassic
No.
World.
I'll
Jurassic World
continue when I want to hear you say that word one more time.
Dominion.
No.
Dominion.
No.
Let's continue. It's going to be
Sure,
a long
let's talk
show
about
just repeating
Jurassic-
Dominion the whole time.
Let's talk about Jurassic World
So
Dominion.
Why?
the trailer looks amazing.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I like dinosaurs. I like
So-
dinosaurs a lot.
This actually is Jurassic World. They're out in the real world now, free roaming.
Roaming free?
Look at them.
They're no more
ranchers.
on the island. They're in the
They're
cities.
not on the island anymore?
No. Because of the last movie.
Chris
I know.
Pratt's a cowboy now. What would we call those? Because they're not herding cattle. They're herding
So there's the girl from
Yeah,
the last
dino
one.
Elysiodons, long necks. Where's Littlefoot?
Here he is.
Blue has a baby.
I thought they were supposed to be
They're all female.
right.
Some of them were bred with that frog that can switch gender as well. And there were other.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. Well, so
Speaking of chicken, thanks Chick-fil-A in Palm Harbor for feeding us tonight. Oh my God, so good.
Oh.
Hey, that's shark diving is not, that's not fun when it's dino diving.
T-Rex at the drive-in theater.
I was
Dino chicken burger.
But how about this right here? Look who's back.
Do they have kids?
No, because they never end up being a couple.
Oh, that's sad.
Jurassic World 3, you saw that.
I didn't pay attention. This summer. Yay. So have they eaten all the people on the planet yet?
Not yet. They're working on it.
Extinction of our species.
And look who else is back from the new movies. Your favorite director.
We're subordinate
That's cool.
to it.
Let's go.
Oh, this is the conclusion?
Yeah. So remember in the original movie he said raptors were birds?
Yeah.
There you go. That one had feathers.
Oh, how is this? Oh, I can. So they're not all going to die. They're all going to be eating everybody and hitting. Wow. Okay.
Warning.
That's another plane, right?
Are they going to the Hollow Earth to take them all back so they can be down there with King Kong?
Oh, it's a Quetzalcoatl. That's so cool.
I don't know. I'm hoping everybody can hear the audio too, so they can make. I didn't get to see this one. I didn't watch. I'm unprepared for tonight. I came prepared to talk about Jack Reacher. So.
Have to go bigger.
Oh.
Well, okay. I have to say though, I have liked the last two new Jurassic Parks.
Chris Pratt funny.
Yeah.
He is. I panty dropper.
So this is the final movie of the series.
Of the
Let me
series?
rephrase it. No, they said the final movie of this trilogy.
Oh, this has been a trilogy.
Yeah, for the Jurassic World trilogy. This is the last one.
I'm okay with it. It's just really good so far. I've enjoyed the Jurassic World movies. They're not exactly great.
And bringing back the original cast is awesome.
Chuck says, I prefer my raptors to be free range. Ooh, that would be. I wonder if you could eat them. Do they taste like chicken?
Maybe.
And since they are chickens,
I don't know.
are they birds? That's interesting.
It's just like we don't the definitive proof to know that whether they were actual like giant birds or if they were
I
reptiles.
wonder if all the great white hunters are going to come out and be great white hunters, or they can be great white chickens and run from them and not hunt them. Remember that was at number 2, the great white hunter guy there, or was that number 1? No, that was
Number one, the Australian guy.
the bald guy. The
yeah,
bald
that
guy.
was the first one.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Got
Anyway,
killed by the raptors.
So we're burning through time here.
Listen,
And-
Australians aren't very good at hunting birds. We found out
Really?
the Australian Emu War.
Oh, that's
They're the only country in the world to lose to birds.
well. Hey,
I'll give them this. It's like a 7-foot-tall bird with a head of steel. But
Right.
you guys lost. You guys had guns, and you still lost. It's my favorite dig on Australia.
so
I
we're
love
going
you
to
guys. I
jump
love
down.
Australia.
We'll go back up to the Adam Project here in a second, but I want to talk about Reacher. So I went into it kicking and screaming. My wife had read all the books, right? And she goes, and the reason she stopped reading the books, they just became too graphic. I mean, they were talking
Who
about
made the books?
Huh? I don't know. Now you're asking me stuff I don't know. Don't make me look an idiot on national television. God dang it. Anyway,
This isn't national. This is worldwide.
this is worldwide. Say, great, man. I'm an idiot in all the countries now.
Yep.
I want a Venti, a Grande, and a...
Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Oh, great. Now I'm all... Okay, so anyway.
I love Paul
So
Rudd.
we
Thank
watched, we watched the original Reachers, and I did not read any of the books. It's not that I can't read, I just don't want to. And I
It doesn't
liked,
have pictures. He's not reading it.
I liked the smaller version of Jack Reacher.
Of course.
You know?
Everyone likes Underdog.
I mean, who is that? Tom Cruise. I liked it because, you know, you look at Tom Cruise and you go, okay, well, and everybody knows he's not tall, right? But in the movies, they made him taller. But he had that, you know, smaller frame. You know, he didn't look like a badass.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the new guy is like freaking Thor. Dude is huge, right? I don't know if we can show a picture of him or what, because I think we do have a trailer though. The dude is massive. So but he's the same as you know the original Reacher. He's all military, super military type of guy, but he is this one honking big dude. But after how I say you got to give it 3, right? I was hooked at 2.
So is Jack Reacher the one character, or is it a code name?
No. He's one dude, and one dude only.
So we're not Jason Bourning this.
Yeah.
He's not a part of a program, and it's kind of funny. You know, they kept calling him. You know, he's a vagrant because he literally rides on buses, has no car, no driver's license, nothing. You can't track him. He's you can't unless you get into the world. Unless you're military or law enforcement, but very dry sense of humor in the beginning. But then he becomes, you're like, I like this guy. Oh, I like this guy. Oh, I like this. Ultimately, he goes, I'm not a vagrant. I'm a hobo.
That's fair.
Because he's not hanging on the street corner, stuff like that. He has money. He can buy them. And it's kind of funny. And then he goes to thrift stores and buys all of his clothes, one at a time. And won't go in and buy multiple of anything. Goes in and buys it, leaves what he had on, walks out with what he bought. It's hilarious, but it really is. At the end of number 2, me and Dylan looked at each other and I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And we've gotten almost all the way through. We just haven't had time to sit down and do it.
So who would win in a fight? Reacher, Bourne, Bond, or Ethan Hawke from Mission Impossible?
Reacher.
No, that's like an episode 1 nerd talk kind of question.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
Reacher.
That'd be fun.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. You know what?
Bourne
I don't know. Bourne is a badass, but
Bourne has a regeneration factor and increased reaction times due to that drug.
Yeah, Reacher, he
Kinda
didn't
nuts.
win all of his fights. So
Neither does Ethan.
that is true.
Ethan
He
kind of
does.
gets laid the hell out by a
Yeah.
lot of people.
But it seems like Mission Impossible and Bourne. Yeah. Probably Bourne.
everybody watching, put it in the chat. Who do you think will win?
Bourne's chemically enhanced. I think it's kind of cheating.
Okay, take Bourne out then. Take Bourne out.
Oh,
So who do we
Take
have
Bourne
now?
out. Bond, Reacher,
I forgot
and
Bond's
Ethan.
in there. Which Bond? Daniel
James
Craig?
Bond and
Daniel Craig.
yeah, put Daniel Craig because he's the one that's actually done more fighting than anything.
Daniel Craig's a bit of a bad.
Because the other Bonds all
Yeah,
relied
but he
on their
has
gadgets.
lost a couple of fights.
Well, yeah.
He didn't win everything. Hence the ball whapping.
Well, I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler. Reacher's not going to win them all either.
Yeah.
You're about to watch a big dude get knocked down a few pegs. It's like,
He lost a couple in this one, but I would almost put Reacher.
I have to check the show out.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Mission Impossible. That's one of my
Does Ethan
ultimate-
have Benji helping him?
No.
Oh, yeah, he's lost.
No, but he has this cute
If
little
he has
blonde
the-
sheriff deputy girl that helps him, and that's enough.
If Ethan had Benji, I'd give it to Ethan just because Benji's just in here. He's gonna throw a left hook. Thank you. A right hook. Oh, haha.
I don't know, but anyway, the series is really good, so it's definitely a good. It would be a 2 thumbs up.
Nerd Talk approved.
Nerd Talk approved. I think you guys, Bond almost died Yeah, playing power. Yeah, wuss. I
So
agree
where do you
with
watch Future at?
It is on Amazon.
Prime
Amazon.
Video.
So Anthony won't watch it.
Well, I don't know. Lord,
No,
the
no.
Lord of the Rings might bring him over to the dark
I don't
side.
know, because you heard what Prime did last week. They announced they're raising their prices.
So did Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is going to be
So
like
did Hulu.
$20 a per
So did
account
so
now.
did Disney Plus.
Yeah,
You know, we're almost getting to the point where TV's almost cheaper again.
It is.
it is
Well, we
cheaper
did-
after all the streaming.
So we
But-
did the math on that. Actually, keeping your yeah, Johnny Knoxville right. I love Bruce. Is funny as hell. We did it. It actually is cheaper to keep your.
Brad on Facebook said Lord of the Rings is going to bomb.
I don't disagree with him.
I think it's got a lot of potential. It's just
We'll see.
They really have to market this one.
I don't think it's going to draw people
That's
to
Brad
subscribe.
Mobley.
Yes.
He's an ex-nerd.
I know who Brad
he's
is.
never an ex, but he's always going to be.
Oh,
a nerd.
Brad, I caught you playing Lost Ark the other day, bud. How you been enjoying that?
Oh man.
I
saw
don't think
you
Lord
pop
of the
on
Rings is
Steam,
going to
and I was
bring
like,
people
"Ooh,
to Amazon
That's
now.
Brad. I know who that is.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brad. I actually do think that it's not going to do as good as people think it's going to do.
You know what? I'm gonna open up the shop.
Nostalgically, it'll be watched, but I don't think it's going to be a knock it out of the park. It's going to be one of those. It was okay.
But you know what's going to be great?
What?
The Adam Project. Ryan Reynolds.
This I don't care what you put Ryan Reynolds in.
He's just a good actor.
He can't do anything wrong.
He's-
Well, yeah, he
we-
can.
yeah, he
can.
You know,
I've seen some of his old movies.
Really? Is it fun? I was gonna talk about it tonight. I just haven't played it at all. Brad's been playing a game called Lost Ark. It's a top-down new MMO that just dropped. It looks fun. It's just I can't dive into 3 MMOs. I don't have that kind of commitment. I have Destiny 2 and I have I've got World of Warcraft dropping on the exact same day.
I wish I had pictures of the Nerdosphere. I wanted to show that to Brad. Brad would be very proud of us.
Oh, we can send some after the show.
Absolutely. I don't see I just don't play very many games anymore. Hardly at all. I have all the systems and I don't even use them. I should be ashamed of myself, but I'm not. So
How
there
far
you have
can you get in the one game?
shut up.
The tutorial.
You couldn't get past
The
it.
first enemy.
How long is it taking you to get a girlfriend?
All right, to be fair, I stayed single a while after my ex.
He stayed single.
He also doesn't date girls near his age, so.
That is true.
So, if you guys have ever played Smash against me, that's the equivalent of getting spiked off stage.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Dude, you
stunned.
asked for it.
Chuck, help me out here.
Yeah, Chuck's be like, dumbass, you should never open your mouth. Anyway, so yeah,
Did you learn a lesson?
the Adams. I think we have a
On what?
trailer on that.
Smash,
So
or-
this is the Adam Project, and I think this is going to be freaking awesome.
It's the third time you've been suspended
Yeah.
for fighting.
I hate to try talking all the time, but you know.
I know, you think I'd be better at it by now. I don't understand you.
So this is him as a kid,
Yes.
and then he grows up to be Ryan Reynolds.
Son, you need to think about
And Ryan Reynolds comes
Oh, he's
back.
got Hulk's dad.
Mark Ruffalo.
And he comes back as a starfighter, the last starfighter. Get it?
Sooner than
The
you
last
think.
starfighter. Because he's going to fix everything.
Will
We
he?
miss you too, Brad.
This kid's gonna have an amazing glow up and look like Ryan Reynolds. All right, dude. From the producers of Free Guy.
Free Guy was awesome, by the way.
Comes out on Disney Plus next week,
Dude,
I
it's
think.
already on Amazon.
Not to watch for free?
Yes, it is.
No, I looked already.
I don't think we should.
You have to buy it or rent it.
Oh, maybe I bought it.
And because
I
it's
know you
Disney owned, it's not going to be on Amazon to watch for free.
No, I bought it through Disney. I thought I bought it through.
Yeah, you can buy it.
No, I actually bought it through Apple
You
TV.
know how to get in my dad's garage.
But I'm saying streaming service is going to be on Disney to watch it for free.
Whoa, Brad said the boy who stars in this is his neighbor's relative.
What?
That is cool. Hey, maybe we could all zoom him in. And you too, Brad. We'll zoom you in. That'd be awesome.
Me.
That is so cool.
classified, but yes,
So,
I once was.
I don't know. It's going to be good.
Where are you going?
I see. I,
Oh, he doesn't grow up to be Ryan
I
Reynolds.
know.
Ryan
Well,
Reynolds
it's
is
him.
Yeah,
in the
it's
future.
him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel I've seen this before. This storyline, though.
Contract with this.
Yeah.
This world.
hey kid, you see those scrawny arms? You're gonna need to go to the gym if you want to look like this in 15 years. All right, get going.
Oh my. Where are we going? We're gonna fly on above there. We're going out into space.
I'm gonna pull out a big stick and flop you over the head.
I think Ryan Reynolds wants to be a Jedi so bad he can taste it. I'm just saying. I mean, look at his stick.
And it's coming to Netflix.
Very Star Wars-ish. I love the fact that he does everything to Netflix now.
Okay, grab on
Other than Free Guy.
Hold on for dear life.
But I have it,
Turn to
so I
pass
can
out
watch
from
it,
the
doesn't
keys,
matter.
okay?
Well, he signed.
For a dollar, I'll let you watch it.
movies he
For a
signed
dollar,
for
I'll let you watch
Netflix.
it. For a dollar.
For a dollar.
For a dollar. I'm not making money.
I like the big portal concept. I like the idea of firing it out.
March 11th.
You know what's funny? There's a Ryan Reynolds movie that I completely ruined for Cage, and he,
Van Wilder.
all this time he had no idea. And then Marchman doubled down when he went to school, and they showed him how it was done, and he was just like, "Damn, it was right."
What is it?
In the scene in Wolverine,
Yeah.
when they're going in and they're talking to the warlord and all that, and you see him pull out the katanas and start blocking the bullets.
Oh.
Those katanas aren't spinning. They are reflective, but it's the same board that goes when you wave it.
Yeah.
So he's just bouncing it back and forth doing this. And it makes it look like the blades are spinning when in reality they weren't moving at all. So it was just a cheeky camera trick. A little bit of material. Kate's like, I thought they were spinning those. And I'm just like, no. No, they're just waving back and forth. Like, you know. Yeah, it was funny.
So Brad said he would zoom in. We've got to do that.
Next week.
Sure.
Bring Brad on.
I won't be here next week. I've got a job to do. So it'll be you two, you, Anthony, and Mark. Mark's going to be here next week. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's going to be a great show. I love it. We're too much dead air here going on. So,
All right, Mike, go ahead and start. I know what you want to talk
here we go,
about.
Black Adam.
So,
Woke time.
The Rock.
The Rock.
So,
Do you smell-
first, before I go into Black Adam, The Rock opened up the Super Bowl with his Rock promo he used to with wrestling. Finally, the Super Bowl has come back to L.A. It was cool seeing him on the Super Bowl. But yes, the Black Adam movie looks awesome.
To never come back to any other state other than Dallas, Texas again, by the way. Oh, did you guys not read that? Super Bowl is not being held in anywhere but Dallas, Texas anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be
Home
held
field
at Cowboy
Yeah.
Stadium because we're the badasses.
Because
No, you
there's
have a-
no
you have a
chance of
new
the Cowboys
stadium?
ever winning, having a home field advantage.
That doesn't mean they can't win. It's just more reason for them to win.
Next year is in Arizona, though.
Painful. No, the reason why they're doing it is because there's no home field advantage. It's
Unless
Gee-
Cowboys win.
It's geographic. Well, no, it's for no one. Geographically, it sits so perfectly towards the center of the country that the climate is equal to what you would get from everywhere else.
But that's not.
For
They're
example,
not doing. That was a whole joke they did about being in
The
Dallas.
thing
only.
is, though, is it works, and there's the science behind it that proves it. For example,
But it's not
if you
going to
see
happen because
Green
next
Bay's
year is
performance-
Arizona.
If you see
Maybe.
Green Bay's performance in Florida,
It's already been announced. They've already been talking about it.
It's-
Fox promoted it today.
it's a good time.
Good time.
It's a good time.
Good time.
But
good
Black
time.
Adam looks awesome.
Talk about
Dr.
it.
Fate.
Dr. Fate looks
Can we
cool.
see the new teaser for that?
Oh, I guess. Why not? I don't know. If you're nice to Rob, you might play it.
I'm always nice to Rob.
Okay. Alrighty then. All right, let's play that bad boy. There you go. See, we don't have it.
Sure. Thought there was a Dr. Shazam thing in here?
Well, seeing as it showed Batman, that ain't it.
Oh, it has everything. That's why. This is where we get our first look of Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
So it looks like Black Adam's not going to be wearing his cloak, cape
No,
throughout the
it's
whole
skin
movie.
tight. It's The Rock. Of course, it's gonna be in a skin tight suit.
What, you get Aquaman?
Yeah.
Well, for the Aquaman movie, this is promoting all the new movies for DC.
No.
I just got goosebumps.
Okay.
But we do get the clip of Dr. Fate in here, and
If
played
we
by Pierce
stand up,
Brosnan.
No one will.
Really?
yeah.
Come with us.
There's a glorious world out there
Oh,
waiting for you.
well, this is neat.
Are you in?
Well, at least they kept the good Flash.
Oh,
I like
he's a
I like
great
Ezra
Flash.
Miller's Flash a lot. Now, Mike, do you think this Flash movie is Flashpoint?
Yes.
But is it going to be an accurate Flashpoint?
No. Yes and no. Define accurate.
Do we have
because
Jeffrey
Say
Dean
that
Morgan?
again?
Define the accurate.
What is it again?
Is it going to be based on the
What's
comics?
an accurate?
Do we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman?
We don't know. They haven't announced that part.
Well, they need to hurry because that is quite literally
Yeah.
hinging on whether I watch it or not.
You want Jeffrey D. Morgan?
As Batman, absolutely. As Bat-Dad.
Because he was
well,
in.
Yes, he was in the. Yes, I know.
Because he was, we showed him as Thomas Wayne already. That would be. I also think he'd just do a good job. I think like if someone had thrown Jeffrey Dean Morgan into like a regular Batman role, I wouldn't have complained. If you took Batfleck and put him somewhere else in the MCU, and you put Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the seat of Bruce Wayne, I wouldn't complain.
Really?
His out of costume character is so charismatic.
Yeah.
I think it fits really. He's not overly buff, but he's just slender enough because that was always one of my bigger problems with like the animated series of the comics is when you see him in Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne suit and all that. Did anyone else notice that his chest is an entire 2 feet bigger than every other male in the rooms? We're not going to sit here and look at the fact that man has quads that can crush steel beams. Ladies and gentlemen, he's holding a titanium pen because anything weaker would shatter in his hands.
I always thought Batman was supposed to be huge. According to the comics, he was always
comics. He's a big dude.
So Batfleck did a good job.
Did. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan makes it more.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is not that built. He's a slender dude.
Didn't need to be.
But only the Dark Knight comics Batman was actually huge. The origin Batman was
where he's
not
got
huge.
muscles that don't
Yeah.
exist that we show. Yeah, well, we talked about this on Comic Book 101 last week.
Yeah,
Well, not
Dark
me,
Knight,
but I produced
when
it,
we
but-
did that, he did that. That's when he was big.
Yeah,
But
they
if you look at
invented
other
muscles
Batman
that didn't
episodes,
exist
he's
for
not
him.
that big.
Okay.
His muscles had muscles.
Muscles had muscles. Muscle me.
He had ripples in the costume.
I could be Batman then.
No, you're not rich enough.
That's fair.
How do you know? Maybe I'm playing a poor guy.
Because he didn't just buy Martha's house, he bought the bank that owned Martha's house.
How do you know I'm not just undercover?
How'd you get it back? I bought the bank. It's like, oh, I guess not even so far. You just, I bought the foreclosed property, no problem. Easy peasy. No. I bought the whole bank. That is one of my favorite lines. I know those movies sucked. I know the Snyder Cut was better, but God, do I love that line. I bought the
don't
bank.
think it was better.
I absolutely
Yeah,
think it was
it
better.
definitely was better.
Steppenwolf was actually something terrifying. Instead of a freaking Christmas ornament with an axe.
That is true. That was for that.
He was shy. And then
that was bad.
Then they gave him this cool ass spiky suit. His axe looked better. His horns looked better. We see Doomsday. Doomsday looks like a threat. I'm like, whoa. Or I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah, it's Doomsday. Yeah. I got
You
mixed
get
up.
there. You can get there. Don't worry.
It takes time.
Welcome to my world.
My brain had to process.
That's me. Process. Hey, thanks for Chick-fil-A in Palm Harbor for feeding us
Thank
tonight.
you.
I keep going because I'll tell you what, I'm sitting here going, I got a sandwich to eat. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I got nuggets to eat.
That might be my lunch tomorrow.
But to kind of circle back to bring us back on topic, the reason why Jeffrey Dean Morgan will make such a great Bat-Dad is Bat-Dad is unrealistically brutal. Like, he beats the hell out of people, like, caves people's heads in. He is not the Justice Batman, I get them to the legal
vengeance.
system. He is vengeance. He goes in.
Okay, so
imagine him
Vengeful.
in Lucille mode,
Right.
caving
Oh,
people's
hell yeah.
heads in. That's what he does because I lost my son. Criminals I don't send them to the courts. I send them to Jesus. I send them to the final judgment, not the state's judgment, not the country's judgment. The final judgment is where he sends them.
He has no problem killing anybody.
Oh yeah, he carries guns. He just pulls out the 9 and
Okay, so
Dunzo. I don't need Ra's al Ghul to train me.
Because the whole point, the reason he does this, instead of him getting killed, his son gets killed and his wife gets killed.
Oh, it's
well, no, his wife stays alive.
reversed.
His wife becomes Joker.
Yeah, she goes
Because
she
of
goes,
the death of
so
their
you're talking about
son.
something that's been reversed.
Yeah.
It's when Flash goes back in time to save his mom.
Okay.
Messes up
He
everything.
screws his everything.
Oh, got it.
Superman doesn't land in the
United
He
States?
lands in Russia.
yeah, say, and then he gets taken in as literally underground or like experimenting on him, so he doesn't get sunlight, doesn't get super buff. He comes out as this
Zombie.
Frail
kinda.
old
He's just a
man.
frail kid, but he has no idea how to control his powers yet.
Right.
So you kind of experience the second he steps out, suddenly all of his powers start hitting him at once, and it's like, no, this isn't good. Now he's a teenager. He's got no one to help him handle this shit.
Yep.
It's Dunzo. It's a really cool. If you haven't watched Flashpoint, we talked about this last week too.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Flashpoint or read Flashpoint, I highly suggest it.
You can pick up the omnibus at your comic book shop, local
No.
comic book shop right
Yancey.
over here.
So, yeah, you can pick it up at
Yancey
Yancey.
Street
I don't think it's all that
Yancey
expensive
Street.
either.
No, omnibuses are usually between 20 to 30.
And it'll cover just about all of it, right?
Yeah, it'll be all of the whole
On top of that, if you want, I know it's up on Prime Video for purchase and rent. I don't think it's all
yes.
that expensive. I think it was like $7 last time I looked for rent. So
It is on HBO Max.
oh, if you have HBO Max,
Well,
there
there
you go.
you
You just
go.
go watch it.
Someone
It
tried to
is
log into my
definitely-
HBO Max the other day. I got a code, and I'm like, I wonder who this was.
They are definitely. I would definitely suggest doing both because they are slightly different, but both are really, really fun rides, really, really fun watches
Okay.
and reads.
So we got literally 6 minutes left, so we got to find something that we can really talk about that everybody's going to say. So what is it? Okay, so what's going on
I'm
at
not
Disney?
talking about that one. That one's dumb.
What is it?
That's just people getting mad at nothing.
Jeopardy? Oh,
Yeah.
So why is everybody wanting Bob Chapek out of Disney?
Because the magic is gone.
What magic is gone?
He's changing so much and not making it fun at the parks, raising prices
You're not
so
having
high.
a magical experience?
Not when he was wanting to change. He's wanting to jack up the prices again. He wants them over $200 a ticket. Are you going to pay over $200 for one park?
I ain't going to pay no.
Exactly.
I was
He's
saying, I
wanting
think,
it for the rich only to be able to go there at this point.
I think, Pops, me and you talked about this a while back when I was looking at getting my Disney Pass. They have like the different. They had,
yeah.
I say have. They had the different tiers. They got rid of the old ones, the cost affordable ones because they were shitty. It's like you have the lowest level of pass. Yes, it's like you get paid like $45 a month. Well, every every weekend, I hope you don't feel like going. Every month that has a holiday, I hope you don't
Yeah.
feel like going. There's nothing available. The only time, and then even the second to best pass, the one I was thinking about getting, there's no weekends on it still. There's just none. There was there was very, very few. Like all of summer's booked out, and the winter break, spring, all that's booked out. You're just not letting go. You had to go and spend the $200 a month pass just to be able to go on weekdays. And the thing is,
and the problem, you still can't go anytime you want. You still have to
Exactly.
book that reservation. With the expensive pass, you're allowed 5 reservations at one time. After that, you can't do any more till they're all used up.
yeah, it's this system this change. We're not a huge fan of it. Their whole system, I think, needs to get reworked.
So here's what's going to happen. If everybody will just stop going and stop caving, that shit will change.
Yeah, tell it to your brother. Your brother. Exactly. People won't stop going. They
Yeah.
love Disney. There are people. God, dating today's day and
But
age is fun
eventually,
because I can sit here and watch.
they will. They
It's
will.
going
When
to
it
come
gets
down
out
to
of
that
hand.
point when he raises prices so high and average
but
people can't
see the
afford
people
it.
that come down once a year.
They save up all year for that.
And they bought into the Disney Club and the Vacation Club, and they've got all these points, and they've got all of this.
Which is the biggest ripoff for
Well,
time sharing right there.
I don't know.
They-
They experience a lot.
They also dump money into these vacations.
Yeah.
They do.
For example,
Because it's
Mike.
see, we're spoiled because we live here.
Oh, I know that.
And we can just let's go.
But
over
we
there
can't
for
go
a
over any time.
That's-
We
that's-
still have
that's
to
the
make that
thing.
reservation.
is the other park, the competition such as Universal,
which I love.
Mike, how much does it cost me and you to go do a weekend trip, like, or just a day trip? We crash at Blurt's and at the end and then go home.
So
Cost us like what, like $100 for food and gas, and then we're there. We're done.
Pretty much.
Like,
That's
like
it.
maybe an extra like $15 if we want to get a beer or something like that while we're there. But like, that's
If even
it.
100's pushing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying because the thing is Orlando and back is
Yeah.
almost a full tank in my truck, so just that alone, you know, like we don't spend much. We have our annual passes. We don't pay a ton for our annual passes. So it made it convenient for people who do live in the area, just go anytime we want.
And that's why Universal's been busier lately because of that.
I'm not
you
going
still
to
don't have
any
to
of
make
them
that
until the
reservation.
mask is done.
That may never happen now.
You can
No,
hate on
it will
masks
happen.
all you'd like. Back to the conversation at hand, though.
The mask is not the
it-
new normal. Let it go.
It has proceeded to push a lot of fans away.
Yeah.
The pricing is definitely getting high to the point where it's unobtainable for a lot of people, unfortunately.
So here's and okay, let me explain to you literally what's happened. I got 1 minute, and I won't come back. Here's what's happening. Disney don't want you. If you can't go over there in a day, and you can't, if you can't go over there and willingly spend $500 a day, they don't want you. They only want the people that can go over there and literally drop $5,000 to $1,000 a day.
And that's why the magic is gone.
Well,
because of what Bob's
It's
doing
the
over
magic.
there.
It's the magic for the
It's-
people that can afford it. The magic's still there. The magic just ain't for poor people.
And that's what he said. He only wants it to be for the wealthy now. He's pushing out
and
for
that's-
average.
You know what?
The average person
And their
not to go.
demographic, and if you look at the demographics, that's what's going over, the people with money. And you know what? And when he starts weeding out all the poor people that can't really afford to go, guess what? The wait times go down, the spending goes up.
Those wait times have even got worse now since they did the pricing now.
But that doesn't matter. But the point is that's what he wants. He wants the as he calls it, the riff rats, right, instead of riff raff, to go away so the elite can go.
So
have a good time.
the
and then
genie thing
spend
he's doing is
tons.
the worst thing they ever did.
Doesn't matter.
You're
It
paying
worked pretty
to
good.
ride the ride quicker. Guess what? Those lines are longer than the average.
Sometimes.
No, that's what they've been now. They're longer than a normal line.
I don't know, man. Hey, we got 30 seconds left. So anyway, hey, you gotta love them.
The rat is evil.
No, we
The
don't.
rat is evil.
I'll say, stomp the mouse, stomp the rat.
Put a big giant rat
Go to
trap out
Universal
there.
because
Yeah.
we love
Or
Universal. SeaWorld. Oh, I forgot about SeaWorld. It is over there. Hey, everybody, thank
got
you
free
for
passes
watching.
for
We
that
know
for
it's
a-
Tuesday night, and you guys probably got better things to do. We're all probably watching the Oak Island thing. So we'll see everybody next
The
week.
what?
Bye-bye.
Bye.